If you think you know what I'm about to say, then say it with me. Go on, Mawnin World! It's your girl, Dominique Spinelli. How you doing today? Let's do a fake check so we can get it out the way. Let me tell you, I think I only paid I paid less than $8 for this dress. Fire. So fire. It's actually long sleeve, but I can't stand sleeves. I need my wrist out. But yeah, you like my new dress? The belt I already had. All right. Whew. Now I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Today my back really hurts. It's because I'm carrying around a wagon, you dig? But all that to say, whew. I don't know if I want to sit down or stand up. I don't know which one is more comfortable at this point. But yeah, other than that, I'm doing very well. I feel joyous. I feel grateful and inspired a little bit. Just a little bit, not too much. Just a little bit inspired. I also feel very professional and adult. Your girl's growing up, guys. Your girl's growing up. All that to say, let's lay this news down. Greenfield City Board will hold their first meeting of the new year tonight at 5:30 on, I believe the meeting's at 5:15 though. Hold up. No, it's 5:30. Okay, cool. I'd like to re-record that. Greenfield City Board will hold their first meeting of the new year tonight at 5:30. And on the agenda, the approval of a new director of Parks and Recreation, Kirk McCartney, who will replace former director Chris Fulcher. The board will also discuss a beer permit application from Greenfield Tobacco LLC, as well as a resolution for the LISO program, also known as Law Enforcement Support Office. Also known as the Law Enforcement Support Office. The meeting will be held at Greenfield. Let me see. Oh. Okay. Also known as Law Enforcement Support Office. Also known as the Law Enforcement Support Office. There you go. The meeting will be held at the Greenfield Boardroom at 226 North Front Street. The Tennessee legislature returns to session today at noon with lawmakers warning of a tight budget year that could limit funding for major new projects. Issues include immigration, discussion on holiday sales tax, I'll try that again. Discussion on holiday sales tax for gun and ammo purchases on the 4th of July weekend. What? Like, who wrote this? Yo. Just makes me so mad. Discussion on a sales tax, on a holiday sales tax for gun and ammo purchases on the 4th of July weekend. I feel like it's a run-on sentence. Discussion on a holiday sales tax for gun and ammo purchases on the 4th of July weekend. Grocery taxes and the Second Amendment, to name just a few. The state representatives who serve areas of Northwest Tennessee are Representatives Chris Hurt, Rusty Grills, Tandy Darby, and Brock Martin, as well as Senator John Stevens. Good morning, Miss Tracy. Weakley County Commissioner Larry Kelly passed away early Monday morning at his home. Mr. Kelly was appointed commissioner for one of 2 seats in District 5 in July of 2021, serving in Martin. Prior to being elected county commissioner, Mr. Kelly previously served 8 years on the Martin City Board as an alderman. He was chairman of the Health, Education, Economic Development Committee. At Monday morning's Heed Committee at the courthouse, Mayor Dale, it wasn't at the courthouse. It wasn't at the courthouse. At Monday morning's Heed Committee meeting, Mayor Dale Hutcherson said Commissioner Kelly will be missed.
Was a light of goodness. He's a man that certainly cared deeply about his community. He served not only the Martin community, but also this county greatly, and I believe served this state and nation greatly in his capacity as not only a chairman of the committee, a commissioner on this commission. He also served in the military. He's someone that is as community oriented as you can get. He loved his Westview Chargers. He loved his Tennessee Vols. He loved his family, and I know he loves serving with each of these men that sit on the commission, and I love serving with them. And I know he loves serving alongside each of our department heads, each of our departments, and the thousands of people that choose to reside here in Weakley County. So,
What is Oprah doing on the Jenna Show? Mr. Kelly was a successful contractor, an active member of the Martin Church of Christ, where he served as a deacon for some 30 years. He also taught Bible class for youth and adults for 57 years. Funeral services will be Thursday at the Martin Church of Christ at noon. Mr. Kelly was such a nice guy, y'all. He really was. He was a very nice man. He always smiled at me. He was chipper. He definitely was a chipper man. Shout out to him. R.I.P. The Hickman-Dorena Ferry is now back in operation. The ferry was forced to shut down last week due to low Mississippi River waters. The Mississippi River had dropped to a stage of 2.1 feet on the Hickman gauge on Thursday, but had shown an almost 4-foot rise to 6.1 feet on Monday. Current forecasts indicate the river will continue to rise to 10.1 feet on Saturday. The ferry has now returned to its winter schedule. Hold on. The ferry has now returned to its winter schedule, with the last run from Hickman at 4:15 and the last run from Missouri you can hear the hesitation. And the last run from the Missouri landing at 4:30. Much better. The second segment of the 114th General Assembly will begin today in Nashville. Lawmakers will gather to conduct the business of the state along with adopting an operating budget. 77th District State Representative Rusty Grills was asked about a highlight of the upcoming season.
I see a lot of focus on immigration. We understand that the state can't necessarily crack down on immigration. That's a federal issue, but what we can do is make Tennessee uninviting to people who want to come and be in our country illegal. And we can make sure that they're not taking advantage of the services that we offer law-abiding citizens of Tennessee and those people who deserve those services. And that's one of the things that we're going to see a huge effort put forth this year, in my opinion, to make sure that we strengthen those laws and make it less inviting for illegal immigrants to come to Tennessee.
Representative Grills talks about legislation and funding that could affect Northwest Tennessee.
Always going to be infrastructural dollars. They're continuing to look for new ways to come up with money for TDOT and the road fund. Inflation that we've seen over the past 3 to 5 years, a huge burden on the Tennessee Department of Transportation and the road fund. That road fund that we need to have a surplus so we can get all these roads caught back up to the proper maintenance that they so desperately need. And what it cost to fix a road 5 years ago versus what it costs to fix a road now is astronomically different. So we've got to find new ways for new revenues because the gas taxes are continuing to fund the maintenance efforts, but gas and fuel taxes are going down because vehicles are using less fuel, and those are some of the issues that I'm concerned with right there, making sure that we have an adequate supply of dollars in the transportation fund.
The New Bern Republican explained how federal dollars play a part in crafting the state budget.
Anything with dollars that affects the state budget because lots of times federal dollars are pass-through dollars through the state. They go from the federal government down to the state, and the state initiates and enacts the policy that the federal government is asking. Like with our Medicaid, the education dollars, they come from the federal government to the state, then down to the locals. So that definitely is an issue. Over the past 3 to 5 years, we've seen a lot of dollars coming from the federal government. And that's one of the reasons we see so much inflation is because the Biden administration just continue to print dollars and devalue our currency. But now President Trump has changed those policies, and now we're seeing a little more conservative management style coming from the federal government. Not near enough. We need to see more constraints on spending in the federal government. I will agree, but ag issues are not much to some of the others. But education, environmental, highway funds, and the health care, those are some of the larger expenditures from the federal government coming down through the state.
Representative Grills serves Dyer, Lake, and parts of Obion County. And let me just fix that one chop. I think it's right here. Right here.
The New Bern Republican.
Delete. Nice. Oh, why do I feel like I should put this in the beginning? I will. I feel like this is one of those that's gonna have to run a few times. Give me 60 seconds on the clock. I don't think that's enough time. Give me another 60 seconds just in case. All right. Thunderbolt Radio has learned former UT trustee and businessman Crawford Gallimore has passed away at the age of 76 at his home on Monday in Murfreesboro. Crud. There you go. Let's just fix it. At his home Monday in Murfreesboro. Mr. Gallimore was a senior advisor for finance and risk management for Hamilton Riker. He and Wayne McWright began their business together in 1971. Mr. Gallimore served as a trustee for the University of Tennessee and represented UT Martin until his term expired in 2020. Mr. Gallimore formerly held the position of chairman of the Tennessee Chamber of Commerce and also served as a former Weakley County Chamber president. Funeral arrangements have not yet been announced. right there. Okay, we're good to go. And hit end here. My perfume smells so good. I just smell myself. I just keep smelling myself. I'm like, man, that smells nice. All right. A two-vehicle accident in Obion County claimed the life of a Kentucky resident late Friday afternoon. Tennessee Highway Patrol reports said 71-year-old Robert Lee Williams Jr. was killed in the accident that occurred on US 51 North and Bethlehem Road. Williams Jr. was the operator of a 1999 Toyota Camry that crashed with a 2015 Dodge Ram operated by 51-year-old Brian McPeak of Tennessee. Highway Patrol reports... I hesitated because I'm like, what? Highway Patrol reports said both vehicles were traveling on US 51 North when the accident occurred. A passenger in the Williams vehicle, 71-year-old Angelique Hill of Kentucky, was injured. Both Williams Jr. and Miss Hill were wearing seatbelts, according to the report. Brian McPeak, along with 39-year-old Heather McPeak and a 12-year-old, were all wearing seatbelts at the time of the accident and were not injured. Yeah, because they were in a freaking Ford. A freaking Dodge Ram, excuse me. My bad. I went left because I just there's a theme with that car in particular. And the person in that car don't die, but the person that car hit dies. It's a theme, y'all. And it's just got my gears going. That's all. I think a lot. I'm like, what? It's always a what? That's all I have to say about that. Union City Director of Schools Wes Kennedy had high praise for the first semester of classes. At the first school board meeting of the year on Monday, Director Kennedy applauded the system's success for the first 5 months and the work of high school principal Jacob Cross. I'm just saying, I noticed a theme, and I don't like the theme. Or maybe I just need to stop fighting it and get me a Dodge Ram. I'm just saying.
The main thing I want to talk to on my update is we had a great first semester. And to top it off with was the federal designations, as all schools reward schools. And then the state report card coming out with all of our schools being A schools. That's unbelievable. It's just a testament to our great teachers and our great administrators in the buildings and students and parents. And
Oprah's on my TV looking good right now.
And also our ACT scores, once again, tops in the state. And I want to commend Mr. Cross. I know we sometimes look at ACT scores and what a great job. I tell you what he's done a great job is he is always pushing or communicating with the middle school, the elementary schools, because he knows as they go, he goes, and I really appreciate that, and it shows in our ACT scores and our AP scores and everything else.
During the meeting, Cross also received congratulations on his work from school board member Reverend Curtis During the meeting, Cross also received congratulations on his work from school board member Reverend Curtis McLendon and board chairman Kathy Wagoner. Delete this one, keep that one. All right. Turn this up. What you got going on here? Okay. Oh. The second semester of instruction for Union City schools began on January 6th with the final distracted. The second semester of instruction for Union City schools began on January 6th, with the final of classes for students on May 21st. An investigation into animal cruelty in March of 2025 has led to the discovery of skeletal remains at a McCracken County location. Sheriff Ryan Norman said 66-year-old David Howery was arrested at a home in West Paducah after 18 dogs were found living in deplorable conditions. The dogs were located in stacked crates, with the home covered in fleas and rodents. An investigation then began into Howery's father, Dillard Howery, who may have been missing since 2015. With the help of a forensic pathology team from the University of Tennessee, skeletal remains were located at a vacant lot in a previous residence of David Howery. Officers believe the remains are those of Dillard Howery, with federal law enforcement contacted regarding a federal investigation into the concealment of death. David Howery remains in the McCracken County Jail on charges that include abuse of a corpse, failure to notify of death, possession of matter portraying a sexual performance by a minor, along with animal cruelty. Well, golly, he got a whole charcuterie board of charges. Like, sir, what was you doing in there? Governor Andy Beshear is announcing nearly $3 million in new funding for railroad safety and infrastructure projects across Kentucky. The money will support 9 projects in 7 counties, including upgrades to railroad crossings, new signals and lighting, expanded rail lines, and new access roads. State officials say the improvements will make crossings safer for drivers while helping move goods more effectively and attract new businesses. Additional grants will help private rail companies and local governments improve crossings in central and western Kentucky. The funding comes from 2 state grant projects aimed at improving rail safety and supporting economic development. Since taking office, Governor Beshear's administration has awarded more than $23 million for railroad improvement projects statewide. Last one. Some Tennessee commercial drivers will soon receive a letter from the state asking them to update their license records. The Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security say about 8,800 commercial driver's license holders will be asked to provide proof of U.S. citizenship. The requirement applies to licenses issued before current federal rules were in place. Not all CDL holders will be contacted, but drivers who do receive a notice must bring one acceptable document, like a U.S. passport or birth certificate, to any state driver services center. Updates must be completed in person no later than April 6th. State officials say the update is part of a review ordered under a presidential directive to make sure all CDL records meet current federal and state standards. More information is available on the Tennessee Department of Safety's website. Thank you, Lord. It was a good story day. That was a lot of stories. All right, y'all. That's all I got for you today. My back hurt, and I'm giving mush mouth this morning. I don't know what's up with that. Good morning, Miss Tab. So I'm going to finish doing my job, and that's it. I hope you guys all have a great day. I hope your back don't hurt like mine do. And yeah, go be great. See you later.